Hi guys, in this lesson I will explain how to rename index or column labels in the data frame. Let's first create a new file and call it rename. Then I will import my pandas library and the dataset which is located inside of my data folder. Right, this file name, I will pick up this one. Okay, I will type into pd read csv, two dots, then one step back inside of the data folder and call the name of the file. Okay, print out the first 5 rows. Okay, I have imported my dataset, and now I'm going to change some of the existing label names from the index with the help of the rename method, which consists of keys and values. But before renaming it, I will have to setting the index, because we are not working with these pandas automatic giving these column index labels. We are just defining the index labels from these column names. Okay, I will type in the index col equals what the column names here, country or dependency, and click shift enter. Okay, we have defined this index, this column as an index. We have set it as an index, and now I will try to change some of these existing label names from this index. Okay, with the help of what? Rename method. If I try to change this United States and Pakistan, I will do like df rename method. Then inside of the scopes and square brackets, I will type in the United States. This is the first key value which is located inside of this index, like this one, United States, and I want to change it to the USA, and we could even add as many items as we want, but I will just add in one more and type in like Pakistan, and make it like uppercase. After the colon, I will type in the Pakistan. Okay, and click shift enter. Now you could see that it has changed these values here, but if I try to call it again here, nothing will be changed. It just bring it back to the previous condition. Why? Because we haven't saved it or made it permanent. In order to make it permanent, I will type in place equals to true. Click shift enter and then call it again, and you could see we have changed these values right now. Or if we want to become a bit specific, we could add in what the axis, like here, axis equals to 0 and comma. What axis equals to 0 means? It just means that 0 means to these indexes, to the rows, while 1 means to the columns here. And if I click shift enter and call the df again, nothing will be changed because it works for these rows here. Or we could even do what? We could add the mapper keyword here, as this also works the same. Click and just comment it out and type in the mapper equals to this one. Refresh this data set and run it again, and you could see the result is the same again. It has changed US and Pakistan to the upper score, while US to this United States to the USA. Okay, and now instead of the rows, we could, instead of this axis, we could type in even the rows again. The result will not be changed here. If we want to change the columns, the argument will be the columns, but we will cover it, don't worry. But for now, if you want to specify it, you can just add in the axis equals to rows or 0. It will all again relate to these index labels here. or even I think that we could call it the index here, and you could say yes, index also works. Again, it works for 0, index, and what? Rows. Okay, and well, in the same way we could rename what the column names too. I know that in one of my video I have renamed these column names with the help of the replace method. Why did I do this? Because I didn't need to type in the column names and change them one by one. And the only thing that I had to do is to replace these spaces with the underscore. But now I will use both of the methods. First, if I want to try to change all of these column names at once, I can just simply define it from scratch by typing the df columns. Let's just print it, and I will type in the df columns equals, and let's see that how many columns do we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here I will type in the 10 values. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And even we could add what? The string here. String column, like this one. No matter. If I click Shift Enter and again call the data frame itself, you could see that all of these column names is being changed to these ones, to newly created ones. This is the easy way. You might have some strange numbers in your columns, and if you want to just change all of them at once, you can change it in this way. But keep in mind that the length of the provided column counts should be the same as it's provided in the dataset. Otherwise it will output the error. But if you want to rename specific columns, we could do it by typing the df rename, again rename inside of the scopes and curly brackets. We will type in like the name of the columns. Let's first refresh the dataset again, run it, and I will comment this out. We don't need it, and run it again. And I will try to change. Let's pick up this column name here, the first one, this one. Then with what I want to change it, I will type in the fertility rate, and then I will pick up one more column here, population, like maybe this one, and change this one to the, again without scopes, to this one. And then I will have to define, again this is the mandatory, you should define it like axis equals to 1, because by default it has an axis like 0 and automatically just change it if we even don't define it. But here it's a compulsory to just define this axis equals 1 and click Shift Enter, and you can see that it has changed this population column and this one. We could even again, instead of axis 1, type in what? Axis equals to the columns, click Shift Enter, again it will work perfectly okay. And if we want to just, if I call this again, nothing will be changed. The last update is not changed here, but in order to make it permanent, again I will add in the in place true parameter. In place equals true. Click Shift Enter and call it again. You will see everything is fine. Right now we have a space in our column names like these ones, yearly change. If I call these columns again, we could clearly see that we have this kind of space in all of these columns, but we shouldn't have this kind of space in the columns. It's not preferable. When we have a space, just we will have lots of errors inside of our code. That's why it's preferable to just get rid of this space. But if we want to remove the space or make one similar change to each columns, we are not going to use the rename and put an underscore or any other sign each time. Instead, we are just typing like df. This is a data frame. We will type in the df columns equals to, we are going to iterate over it with the help of the replace, and type in the space here, and replace it with the underscore. The first parameter will be space, this space, and the second will be the underscore. Then I will type in the for I iteration in, again, df columns. Okay, and now if I just click shift enter and call this data frame here, you could see it has iterated over these columns and changed all of them here. This is an easy approach. That's why I just recommend you to use this replace method. If we want to just print out the certain number of characters from each column, we are just going to iterate over it like this one. Let's see that I want to, this is just an example. If I want to print out the first, for example, 10 or 7 characters from each column, you are just typing it like that. That's why it's one of the most used ways while working or with your data. Okay, I think that that's it for now. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.